So today I'm talking about winter solstice and what that means for me as a runner and from a kind of positivity perspective. So yeah, keep on watching, keep on listening, hope you find it useful. Welcome back to consecutive day 1666 of a diary of a runpreneur. Today's topic is all about winter solstice and what it means from a running perspective, but also from a kind of positivity perspective. But before we begin, just remember this is part of a fundraiser to save the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultra marathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style. So any engagement gets us in front of more people, raises more money and saves more children's lives. So thank you as always, and back to the topic at hand. So winter solstice. So the winter solstice is the shortest day of the year. It's on the 21st of December, and when I say the shortest day of the year, shortest daylight hours of the year. It's not the day, every day is 24 hours long obviously, but it's the shortest amount of daylight we get here. I think it's across all the countries, but for the UK it might be, the dates might change depending on where you are around the world, but for us it's the 21st of December, and I always look at the date as a pretty significant milestone from a couple of perspectives. From a running perspective, when you run every single day, and through the kind of winter months, kind of autumn and winter months, you're spending a lot of time running in the dark, or you're running in unfriendly conditions, so to speak. Like today, it's 1 degree centigrade, it's blowing a gale, feels like temperature's really cold, not particularly pleasant. We're running pretty early before it gets dark, and it's always a nice milestone to hit as a runner, because running every day I'm now looking at the time the sun sets and planning my runs accordingly to fit my run into daylight hours. I'm now getting, every day I'm getting a minute or two extra to kind of plan, and when you run every single day, the days draw out quite quickly. So it's really nice, because I've now got 6 whole months towards the back end of June, when the summer solstice hits, where we get the longest day of the year, daylight hours of the year, before it then starts reducing again through to winter. So I've got 6 months now of the days drawing out, and psychologically it feels really good as a runner, because you know, I know that with more daylight hours potentially I'm going to get better weather. I'm not going to be doing as many dark nighttime runs as I would normally have to do, and it's just a bit of an uplifting feeling, certainly as a runner who runs every single day. And then on the secondary point is from a positivity perspective. It's amazing how much positivity, kind of light, the sun, daylight kind of brings people. When you're feeling down or gloomy or depressed, anxious, whatever you're feeling, when the nights draw in a lot earlier, it's dark, it's cold, it's quite depressing, it can drag your kind of mood down even further. So I always find, depending on, you know, everybody obviously has different experiences, but depending on how you've been, if you've had a tough kind of back end of the year, and the nights drawing in, the weather's getting colder, darker, more gloomy, it's quite hard to see the light at the end of the tunnel. But I always find that once you get to winter solstice and you can start looking ahead, as the nights, the days are going to draw out, the weather's going to gradually improve. Not overnight, obviously, because we're in December. January and February are notoriously pretty grim for weather-wise, but there's something about the fact that you just get more daylight hours, more sunlight, potentially more sun. It just makes you think that perhaps we've turned a corner and we're on the upward trajectory, which I think psychologically, again, is really, really positive from a positivity perspective. So yeah, learnings from my diary today. Winter solstice, 21st December, here in the UK. It's a big milestone for people who run regularly, but also people in general from a kind of positivity perspective. The winter solstice is the shortest day of the year in terms of daylight hours, and as a runner who's been running through the kind of winter months, autumn and winter, where the days have been getting shorter and the nights have been getting longer, the weather's been getting worse, when you get to winter solstice you feel that you've hit the kind of bottom of the curve and you're on an upward trajectory, as for the next 6 months the daylight hours are going to get gradually progressively longer, which is always quite uplifting as a runner. More sunlight, more daylight, and it just gives you a bit of a boost coming into the new year as a consecutive daily running streak runner. The second part to it is it works from a kind of positivity perspective as well. I know a lot of people struggle in the autumn and winter in the year. A lot of people can kind of get stressed, get anxious, get overwhelmed, get depressed. A lot of people find that kind of mental health affects them in an adverse way, more so in the colder, wetter winter months than the summer. So once you've got past the winter solstice and the days are getting longer, you know, there's more sunlight, there's more daylight, it's just uplifting, and it feels, again, similar to as a run streak runner, it feels that things are on an upward trajectory, and with that comes a boost in positivity, productivity, and hopefully it bodes well for the future. So that's kind of my take on winter solstice and why it's a key milestone in my calendar. Maybe you search deeply for things like this, or maybe you don't, but I always quite like kind of seeing points like this in my calendar, because it's another milestone that I've passed, and hopefully it comes with a lot of positivity in both my running and my mental health. So that's it from me. Any questions or comments, drop me a line. I'll respond to everyone, but do remember that if you believe in my mission of saving the lives of children by attempting the ultimate ultramarathon of run vlogging on consecutive days, distance of a lap of the world, barefoot style, do give us a subscribe, share, like and comment. More people we get in front of, more money we raise, more children's lives we save, which is why I do this every single day. Thank you as always. Stay positive, stay happy, and I'll see you again tomorrow.